Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the SDFC Fancast.
Friendship.
I love it.
Jesus.
Chris, you're so good at that. I don't know if it's there's not angels behind you, but your voice sounds very angelic. It sounds like that. Sounds like that voice line, that voice drop. I like it.
Good.
But I have some good news for everybody that watches the podcast. You don't have to suffer through our personal stuff anymore. No more of the personal news for the most part, unless we'll add it to the end or it'll creep in, naturally. But now that we actually have news and we have a whole team and all those things, which we will go into that later, we don't have to do that stuff anymore. It was funny because I was on the SDFC subreddit and somebody actually commented, there's been a few questions like, hey, are there any, San Diego FC podcast or media out there? And people are nice enough to recommend our podcast, Fancast. And someone, it's so funny. Someone was like, so after the last episode, we had our conversation like, okay, no more personal stuff. We don't need that fluff. Somebody commented like, hey, just skip the first 10 minutes of fluff. You don't need to watch that part. And then they get into the SDFC stuff. So
fair enough.
Dude, it's awesome that people are listening. And thank you guys so much for going through 51 episodes of Now You Know, at least my personal life and those things. If that was curious to you or interesting at all, I will start my own late night show, Nate Light with Nate. So if anybody is interested, we will put a link to that and I will start my own late night show and you'll hear all the personal stuff you ever want to hear about me and all these guys, all my friends and family. I'll be interviewing everybody. But all right.
Johnny Carson over here.
I'm trying. Because YouTube, is a good platform and late night TV sucks ass right now. So yeah, I figured.
True story.
Dude, does anybody really care about celebrities anymore on late night show? I don't think so. But no, San Diego FC. So big news. We have a closed door friendly against Phoenix Rising, which Phoenix Rising was an answer to a quiz game in the past. And I said Phoenix Uprising, and that was wrong. It's Phoenix Rising. But I know. But we have a closed door friendly against them. Sabado Gigante Saturday. Freaking, that's crazy.
Freaking badass, dude. On the
Our
pitch.
team's playing.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Don't really care results. It's pretty hush, like quote unquote hush and tight-lipped. Small crowd that'll be in attendance, but man, that is so sweet. We're there.
We're there.
Yes,
exactly.
We're there.
No, really. And I'm sorry, I didn't preface that with anything, but really the conversation to be had is just how excited we are that we literally have a soccer team here and they're going to have their first competitive match. I mean, you don't want to lose, even if it's a friendly. I don't care. I was having this conversation with my dad, and my dad was telling me, even when he coached T-ball, we would all go up to him and be like, hey, we know the score. We know we won that game. Like, human beings are competitive, especially if you make it to the level. So this is a real competitive game, like players are going to be trying to get Mikey to catch his eye, get playing time, all those things and all that. So I don't know. I'm just very excited for this.
So
it's actually happening.
Phoenix Rising is in the USL, right? Right. Okay. So theoretically we should be the better team. So it'll be a good test for us.
But soccer is a big cohesion team game too. You know what I mean? So even a club that's been playing, they're the second tier, whatever. But it'll be an interesting test because they're going to be a good squad and a good test to see how we're gelling, to see what kind of little stuff we need to work on to move forward for the season. But man, super excited, like I said.
Very.
Go ahead.
No, it's very exciting. Like the fact that they're actually playing now and everything. I'll be curious though, playing times as far as like starters. If they probably know who most of the starters are, if they play like a half, and then for a lot of the other guys, just trying to make a spot on the team as well, and to see how they play, like who the other bench pieces are going to be. It'd be fun to go to see, because there'll be a lot of guys in the future, I'm sure, as well, that'll be playing. So it's really cool that they're finally playing games.
I would love to go see it. I might, if you see a short bald guy with a high vis vest, just on the light fixture, just staring down at the game, that's probably me. I walked down with my construction vest, snuck in to go try to watch the game. But yeah, I would love to see that. I would. The only times I've ever heard of like closed door games is because like COVID times happened, or if a team gets punished and they have to play their home game with 0 fans, so you don't get that atmosphere. So yeah, closed doors friendly. That's something that's interesting. Seems so, I don't know, hoity-toity. Like, ooh, fancy, a closed door. Now you need a special key pass to get in here. But yeah,
I'd be surprised if Chucky played. That would surprise me if he played. I'd probably also be. I doubt we're going to get into the new signing, but I doubt he'll be playing Anders Dreyer. But I imagine once we're in the Palm Springs friendlies, we'll probably be seeing, our legit starting half, starting lineup, like Keegan was saying, probably the first half or so.
No, and that's a good segue, because that's the next thing I was going to bring up was that Coachella Valley tournament. So that MLS tournament, it's almost like preseason, like MLB, where they have the preseason games, except it's like a soccer fest where there's like 5 games at one time, and there's multiple games all through the day and all that. So San Diego FC will be part of that. We'll be playing our first game is against New York, I think. New York City FC.
New York! Chad, that'd been cool if you had that drop.
Not this time. Not this time.
Hey, you called it, Colin.
Dude, that would be such a random drop. But is anybody here planning or looking at going to those games or trying to figure out how to watch it or anything like that? Have you guys looked into that at all?
So Saturday's the closed door friendly, right?
The closed door, yeah, at Snapdragon.
So I won't be able to go to that one. I will be at Torrey Pines.
Now, sorry, Julie I'm sorry, Christopher, for interrupting, but Julie just shook her head at me and said no. So there's different information out there. So it might be at Snapdragon, that closed door friendly. It might be at the training facility. Phoenix Rising, their website, as producer Trev showed us, says that it's at Snapdragon. But is it at Snapdragon? Is it at the training facility?
I lean training facility, but I think you'll be more in the know if you're a supporter and
join the supporters club.
Should. Yeah, and hit up Discord. I know Discord's been very active within the Riptides, but I'm sure all the other Discords for the supporters groups are pretty active too. So that's a good way to just kind of keep up, because it's the first season of everybody doing this, right? So there's going to be everybody's kind of having a little bit of a growing curve and figuring everything out. But
yeah, for sure. And sorry, because for that was the only reason I stopped you, is because that was something we had a discussion prior today. Is Julie and I. Literally San Diego FC's website says that it's at the Performance Center, and then Phoenix Rising's website says it's at Snapdragon. So it's like those are still the things that as fans we have to deal with right now. So maybe some of the maybe we can get some better information out there from some of the more professionals out there. But just
hey, Nate, how does it feel? How does it feel to be constantly interrupting me and making me feel less than? Making me feel like Keegan.
There's a reason. There's a reason that you guys asked me to be host. I'm the guy that wants to start Nate Live with Nate and interrupt Chris every 5 seconds. Chris, you can be my Ed McMahon.
I'd rather be your Andy Richter.
Hey, 6 or half dozen. You know what I'm saying? They're both masters at their craft.
What was that, Keegan? What were you saying?
Nothing.
Sorry,
Chris, you had the floor.
You were gonna say something, Keegan. You stopped yourself.
Yeah, I forgot the joke. I forget Andy Richter.
Yeah, I have a joke for you.
Continue.
What has 2 butts and kills people? An assassin.
Oh.
So I'm looking into going to the game Saturday the
8th.
That was an Ashley joke. She told me I stole, so credit to her. Do you guys not get it? There's 2 asses in the word assassin.
Yeah, I got it.
It's hilarious. What's wrong with you? Anyways,
it's
I don't remember no at, and that's what it reminds me of. Go. What?
Yeah, I'm not going to go on Saturday. I can't go. I'm going to be at the golf tournament in Torrey Pines. Whatever. No one fucking cares. Go ahead.
Did you see that some of the – sorry, Chris, but to interrupt you again. It's a new bit. Some of the team was with Lucas Alberg, the PGA Tour member down at Torrey Pines. I forget the three guys, but there's someone
Oh,
else was
like
down there.
Bartson and Jeppe and stuff.
Yeah, you're gonna talk about that?
What are you talking?
Is
You brought it up.
Is
What
that
do you
news?
mean?
Is that
Wait,
news to you,
what?
Christopher?
Oh
'Cause
no,
he-
I thought you were like,
Oh.
yeah, that's exactly like them. I forget exactly. It was three players.
Julie
who were
just
with,
showed me.
Albert.
So,
No, I was not aware of this.
I thought you knew and you were just baiting me. I was like,
oh no,
see, you got it, Nate. Fill me in.
look at
But I'm glad that the team is down there enjoying Torrey Pines, enjoying San Diego. La Jolla is gorgeous.
Dude, Patty's down there. Christopher McVeigh's down there. Look at that.
See, okay,
Ooh,
it was
look
Patty
at the
McVeigh and who
boys.
else?
Look at the fellas.
Hey, Nate,
So anyway, they're down
did
there.
you know that Tiger Woods started his own golf league? You want to talk about that?
All right, you guys. All right.
Boring.
Hey,
That
we
makes
said we're
sense.
not doing personal
No,
shit, you
it's
guys.
a Colin move. I was repeating what Colin did.
Yeah.
Anyways,
You guys, get out of here.
Yeah,
But no,
funny.
it looked good. And the German fella, Lundstrom, he was the last one.
that's
but yeah.
awesome. Maybe I'll see some of them I won't see them on Saturday because they're playing against friendly. So never mind.
We'll see. No, so but exciting. The team is actually playing some games. No, we don't know all the information yet, but we'll hear about it after the fact, I'm sure. All those things.
You asked us a question, Nate, and then we got derailed. Keegan was going to answer, so I'm not going Saturday. I probably won't make it out to the desert, but I definitely want to watch those games on the telly or at a bar or something if it's available. No one's probably going to play that at a bar unless you ask for it. But so that answers your question, Nate. I feel like Keegan, you were going to say something too.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, I don't know. This Saturday be fun, but it seems wishy-washy what goes on for the game this Saturday. But the 8th, the first game we play out in Coachella would be very fun to go out to. It is a trek, and we play at noon. I don't know if anybody else, like Nate, were you thinking about possibly going out?
Dude, if
I
I
don't
could
know.
swing it, I don't know. Everything is up in the air right now. It would be a last minute thing. So if we do it, you and I could Thelma and Louise out there real quick in a convertible.
Yeah, there we
Don't
go.
end it how they ended it, though. We need you back.
Do it.
Oh no, we won't. Don't worry, we won't drive off the cliff. No way. We're not going all the way up to my property in Arizona.
And never return.
That's like 9 hours. No, we'll just go to Coachella and we'll go. Go to the Coachella Music Festival, take some acid and listen to the Flaming Lips and all that type of stuff.
That's fantastic.
No, but I don't know. I'm still up in the air with the Coachella one for sure. But I also wanted to ask you guys, so who's going to go to the first official game against LA Galaxy in Carson?
I'm planning on it, but that's another thing where it's like we're all a part of the union. I bet Keegan isn't, but the four of us are a part of the union, and I've been told that we should get tickets available to us to sit in the SDFC supporters section in Carson.
There are X amount of tickets available via LA Galaxy, like they give us so many tickets available for the supporter section. And I will be honest with you, I would be willing to bet that the supporter section, the away supporter section will sell out very quickly. And we will probably just have to get tickets somewhere within the stadium. That's going to be my guess. So Julie and I were just looking at getting tickets somewhere in the stadium, to be totally candid with you.
Yeah. And that's another thing where it's like, well, who's going to let us know when we can at least try to get tickets in the supporters section? Or is it just going to be like all the brass of each, supporters group are going to get a certain amount of tickets that they that allocate to their, top members of each group? But I'll be curious to see how it goes down. But either way, I plan on going, and I'm fine sitting wherever. Someone actually, I forget what their name was, but in the Riptides Discord, they said that every away game that they'd ever been to, they didn't mention who they had supported at the time, but they would just say, they would go to security guard and say, look, I feel uncomfortable sitting with all these Galaxy fans. And then the security guard 100% of the time said, oh, just go over to the supporter section. It's fine.
And so that's
like a hack.
I have been.
Sorry if I just outed that person.
No.
Yeah.
You didn't name any names or anything, and that's a good idea, because the thing is the supporter section is standing room only. drums are going, you're singing, all that stuff. Like seat allocation isn't as important, and that is not what the team wants me to say and stuff like that. But the fact of the matter is that's true. Like you're standing there, they're not going to be like, "Oh, are you sure your seat C16 right?" It's like, nah, dude, that's not how the supporter sections work. So like I've been in the riot squad at the LA Galaxy a few times, and they are. Look, if you're not stupid and you are an opposing fan, you will figure out a way to get within your supporters. Don't be dumb about it. Ask security, ask for some help, and they will help you. Don't be stupid.
I will say that there is a pool of 750 tickets split between all the supporters groups for this away game to the Galaxy. And if you make 2 of the 3 events coming up for the San Diego SDFC, so for example, the match day practice, a chant practice, or a Riptides happy hour, if you make 2 out of the 3 of those, you'll be guaranteed a ticket for the LA Galaxy game.
And that's with Riptides.
Oh,
Again,
wow.
yeah, Discord, get up in there. There's information.
So there's different supporters groups, and that's ours in particular, Riptides. So
Yeah.
So
But
Riptides has 750 to allocate, or all of
No.
the
It
supporters?
says
So-
tickets to split between the group. So I'm saying that's for the entire union.
yeah, they
That's
have
how I
a
take
piece
that.
a piece of that 750.
Exactly. So call it what, maybe 200 tickets or something.
Probably less.
No idea.
Probably
Probably
than
less.
100
There's like
each.
7 supporters groups or something. So
But I will say,
but yeah, that's cool. Just go to hang out with the Riptide and get a freaking Galaxy
Yep.
ticket. Sorry about that.
and
Nate.
even if you don't remember, like there is, if you go on the Discord, you will see where people meet up to tailgate, all those things. Look, y'all, in the 50th minute of the game or the 60th minute when nobody cares anymore and all those things, just go to the supporter section. Go meet your people. Like again, just don't be stupid about it, and security will probably help you out. They will figure out a way, as long as you're not being dumb, they'll figure out a way to help you find your people, all that stuff. Like, they want people coming back. They want your money. As long as you're not dumb about it, they'll help you out. So there is going to be a way, even if you don't get a ticket with those supporters, I am certain there's going to be a way you'll find us or find other people, other SDFC fans and all that stuff. And we'll have little supporter sections all throughout Carson if we have to, all that stuff. It's all good. We'll do it. We'll do it to it. It is nice though. One thing that I love is that a bunch of people are just like, what the hell? I might not get a ticket for this first away game. So that means like our traveling support is going to be sick because people are already pissed. Like, I'm not going to get a ticket. That means we have so many people that are willing and want to go to away games and chant and all those things that like they're getting mad that they might not get a spot. Like from the outside looking in, that's amazing. Like that's a very nice problem to have, as they say.
So it's called the Dignity Health Sports Park now. I always just know it as the Home Depot Center. Yeah. But it holds 27,000. So we get 750 for the supporters section. We need more. We need more people than that. We got to get like at least like 4,000 or 5,000 people there to represent. It's going to be tough because the Galaxy were so good last year. But
that's true.
We got to represent, man.
But part of that,
get at least
part of not getting the supporters tickets, for instance, is Julie and I are talking about it, and my dad and his girl hit us up and were like, "Hey, we want to go to the first game in San Diego," and it's just like, I don't know, man, that game's probably already sold out. But now, so what we're looking at is buying 4 tickets together at the very first game at the Galaxy Stadium, and so that'll be 4 SDFC fans right there in the mix of the hoi polloi, like not the Riot Squad, not the San Diego FC supporters club, but like that, the regulars, your casuals, like that's where we just need to buy all these casuals tickets, and then we'll light that stadium up with the SDFC stuff.
Yeah, originally when I was thinking about going up, I was just going to get regular tickets because I figured with all the supporters groups too, they were going to be full going up. So just buying a big row, getting like
Let's
6 or 8 together would be an easy way to do it with everybody,
We can start our own little supporter sections.
That's what I was going to say, Nate.
Right.
We should try to coordinate. If you're going to get those 4 tickets, there's probably me, Keegan, and our significant others, and then there's probably some other people. So, like you said, Keegs, let's get a whole fucking row and
Dude,
get rowdy.
Or just like a box, so we're like 4-4-4. So we're just a big chunk right there.
I like that way more
Yeah.
because then I can rub your head when you're sitting in front of me.
Mhm. Yeah.
Or I can sit in front of
Grab
you
each
and
other's
block your
shoulders.
view. Yeah, poor Devlin.
Well, hey, we can bring that up at another time. But no, so as everybody can see, this shit's exciting. We're doing it.
I'm so excited.
Oh, she's back.
Absolutely. All right. So as we talk about being excited for games and all that
Wait,
stuff.
Nate. Sorry.
Oh,
I
no,
don't
go
mean
ahead.
to. I don't mean to interrupt you. I just Sunday was a real sad day, but the day before was a Saturday.
Jesus, these dad jokes, bro. I was like, this better be good. I know that was better.
I
than
like it.
I liked it.
I like it.
You had me in the first half.
No, I like
I was
it.
like really like, oh no, did something. I like the sniffle. That was good.
Give me the dad jokes. You know what my favorite dad joke is? I got a new thesaurus. It's terrible, but it's also terrible.
Nice. I like that. That's a good one. You really have to think about that one, huh,
Thank
Cole?
you. Thank you.
Yeah, all right.
He still doesn't get it. He still doesn't
No,
get
I think I do. Move on. I think I get it.
All right.
Oh.
it.
Instead, we wouldn't do this personal crap. So let's get into what you would want your SDFC starting 11 to be. Wee, beep, beep, beep.
Wee.
So yeah, maybe I apologize as a host. So I will pass out homework, I guess, or whatever. Just be like, hey, next episode, let's talk about this. And this was like starting 11, and I should have given more instruction here. But Christopher, I would love to hear what your starting 11 would be.
Because
San
I'm the only
right
one
now.
amongst us who did the homework assignment.
Well,
That's that's on me. I did half the homework assignment.
Yeah,
no, it's I should be more explicit.
I've been busy. I'm
with
sorry. That's on
my
me.
instruction. No. I will start with Christopher, and then Keegan and Colonial. Let him know why he's wrong, and then we'll start with mine. And please let me know why I'm right. Appreciate that.
Can do.
Trying to be
Can
everybody's
do.
friend. Don't give a fuck about you right now.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Fuck you, Nate. You stupid piece of shit.
Woo.
Well, I see yours, and it's we're relatively similar. But
Do you
what
have Mainen?
well, why don't you just let me fucking talk for Christ's sake? Are you just
Go,
gonna interrupt
go.
me now?
Sorry.
Still?
Go.
Jesus Christ.
Seriously, Nate, lay off my fucking brother. dude.
Unbelievable piece of dog poo-poo head.
Hurry it up.
Go on, Chris.
So I'm running a 4-2-2-1-1 would be technically kind of what it is. So
Uh-huh.
I got Dos Santos in goal. I got
Yep.
Patty playing left back. I got Negri playing right back. I got McVeigh and Andres Reyes holding down the middle at center backs. And then I have Jeppe and Luca pairing up in the midfield. Luca will be more forward focused, obviously, and Jeppe would be the more defensive minded guy, but they'll both be hand in hand right next to each other. Then I have our brand new signing, Anders Dreyer on the left wing. And, on the left wing. And then I have Mighton on the right wing. I have Chucky in the center forward position, just behind Marcus Ingvartsen, who's going to be our forward. There you have it, folks. The game-winning 11.
I like it. No 4-4-2s with Tomas Angel and Ingvartsen up front. Two tall boys. Nothing like that.
Well, I was bummed not to include Thomas Angel. Is he a tall boy?
Compared to me, yes, but I am skewed.
Well,
I'm skewed.
He's 5'9", but whatever. He's not a tall boy. Neither is
See?
Ingvartsen, for that matter. I
See,
don't think
again,
Ingvartsen's a tall boy either.
I literally saw Marcus Ingvartsen in real life, and I was like, he's tall. But again, I am very skewed, y'all. I'm 5'5". 5'5". That's real. That's not a joke. I'm 5'5".
Okay, he's 6'2". Okay, so he's a tall boy. But yeah, I was bummed leaving Thomas Angel out. And then, a couple of guys, it's hard. We got so much talent, like Jasper. Well, I had Mighton in there, but Jasper.
or yeah.
our midfielder, Hamadi Diop, who I am high on, but I think he's going to be a little bit later in the year. And Boateng, and there's lots of guys that I'd like to be in there, but this is my lineup. I'm sticking to it.
All right.
I like yours, Chris. I'm going to put a double stamp on it. Put it on the stamp.
You
You can't triple stamp a double stamp.
Yes, you
All right.
can.
I like your lineup, Christopher,
Thank
but I
you.
like mine better. I have CJ DeSantos in goal as well. I have Negri on the left, Patty, McVeigh. Those are 2 center backs, and then Boateng on the right. Now, Emmanuel Boateng, I know he's been a winger in the past, but he is like my DeMarcus Beasley. So we are going to put him down there, and he is going to do the exact same job, even better than DeMarcus did, which I love you, DeMarcus Beasley. I think you're the first American to score more than 1 goal in the Champions League, or maybe even score a goal in the Champions League in open play, things like that. But I do think that was a good call when he went to Houston Dynamo and was on the right after he played for Puebla, I think, in Mexico. But that same exact arc for Boateng is why I would put him there. And then I would put Yepa as a defensive midfielder, a little bit behind Godoy. Godoy box to box. He can help in the defensive duties. All that stuff. Now I put Yepa on the right-hand side to help with Boateng when Boateng goes forward, just because Boateng is midfielder, a winger. He's going to need a little extra defensive backup. That's why I have him there. And then Anders on that same side. Dude, he's fast as fuck. They used to sing a song, Gabby Bonglahor, Gabby Bonglahor. He's fast as fuck. He's fast as, like to come, chameleon.
Yeah, we got it.
So
yeah, we got it the first time.
No, but let me sing the whole song. I'm actually a Boy George. All right. But no, Anders on the right to just haul ass and do that as Boateng feeds him, right? And then Yepa covers the defensive side sometimes, this and that total football style. Chucky on the left, scoring, dominating. Negri will cover for him. Godoy will help cover for that. And they'll all like chill out with each other. Patty, with his experience, will be right there cutting off angles, so that left side will be dominant too. And then Luka loves to score. I know midfielders will pretend like they don't and they this and that, but they do. They love being right behind a striker, so I'm going to do it. You know what, Luka? I love you. I love the way you play. I want you to score more goals. You sit right behind Ingvarsson, and then Ingvarsson is he's good at what he does. Like that's his job. He's that number 1 up there, and I love him, and he does it really well. So I think Ingvarsson's a shoo-in. So that's my 11.
I like to see Hamadi Diop in there too, the expansion draft defender. But other than that, I love both. I think I lean Chris's lineup. I like some of the players that he had a little bit better, but about the same lineup. And man, good squad.
That's funny because that's interesting. I went with a very attacking lineup, a very I don't know, total football-esque. I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that suits the Right to Dream Academy. Right to Dream.
You may be right, my friend. You have more of an IQ about soccer and football than I ever will, my friend. Sorry.
Correct.
I get it.
Chris?
Yeah, I think yours is all right. I don't have Godoy in on mine, and I am a big fan of his. But I think our midfield's a little too crowded, to be honest. I don't. The one thing I love. Okay, here I'll give you a love, and I'll give you a hate. I love the idea of Boateng being that, being our Anthony Robinson, being our DeMarcus Beasley, being that speedy, attacking minded defender that can track back and also stop the speedy wingers on the opposing team. If he has the defensive acumen, I love that. What I hate is Luka right behind Ingvarsson. It's not his position whatsoever. He's too small. He's going to get overrun. He needs to have someone in the midfield next to him, like Jeppe, for example. I think he's more of a pass first guy instead of making runs. And when you're in that one position that you have him in here, you got to be able to make charging runs. And I don't think that's his style of play. So there's my love and my hate.
I do think that's very valid because it wouldn't surprise me whatsoever if Luka and Anders get swapped in a lineup like this. Things like that. So this was like the third lineup I did.
Let me ask you why that is, because in your pitch for your lineup, you were pitching that Anders is fast as fuck and he's like a winger. Luka's not a winger, so why would they be interchangeable? Gotcha, bitch.
So if it's
a little football.
Well, if it's a counterattack, right? You want to go Anders up the wing if you're counterattacking. If you're trying to drive up through the midfield, you want a player like Luka who is wonderful on the ball and can be a threat from shooting from far out, shooting from inside the box. He can pass out to the left to Chucky. He can do all those things. So it just depends on Anders will be your fastest foot guy on your counter attacks, those types of things, and then Luka will be your point guy for when you're dominating possession in the other team's third.
So when you were saying they're going to be swapping, do you mean that they're not going to be on the field at the same time, or they're going to be like taking each other's spots when the other?
Taking each other's spots. No.
Okay, I misunderstood. I was like, I feel like it would be dumb not to have them both on the field at the same time. I mean, Anders obviously is a DP, but Luka is probably a top 5 player on our roster, if not higher. So,
and that's why Celta Vigo only wants to loan him out. They do not want to sell him because they know, even though he's not in favor with the coach right now, they know that fool's fucking good.
Yeah. That long-term deal to like snag him would be sick, man. Like,
I'm biased because he's from San Diego, but of course, I think Luka's awesome.
But he plays for the U.S. national team, which is huge as well. And he's from San Diego, and he's just great player.
What do you think, Keegs?
It's very hard. Nate kind of got me at first when I saw his lineup initially, but then I like Boateng, but when I saw Mighton in the back, I really like Mighton back there because he can make runs.
I had Mighton as a winger, just so you know.
Or you, excuse me.
But not like a wing.
Or winger, excuse me. I know I'm staring at both at the same time. I don't know. Nate, I love you, but I think this might go to Cree.
I like it.
At least initially, until we see. I don't know. We have so many players though, because then as we start going through other guys that aren't even in, we have a lot of interchangeability that we can play with. And I didn't do my homework, so I don't have much more at this point. You guys are,
dude. You can
but I don't know.
Your gut is valid, my friend. Go with your gut.
Yeah, but Godoy is one of those guys though that I feel like might be in there. And I don't know. It's so crowded in the midfield that it's hard. I don't know. I'm stuttering here because I feel like him and Jeppe may be interchangeable from a positional standpoint. Like Godoy could be that center defensive midfielder in place of Jeppe and vice versa. I don't know. It's a
good problem to have. You're gonna need
I agree with you, and that's why I did the lineup how I did. Is so these players can all switch with each other, and that I really did try to go towards that, like right to dream. It is just, let's be honest here, is that Johan Cruyff total football style. Like it is funny. Like everybody talks about it, Pep Guardiola, this and that, and I brought this up many times. But this is not, and none of this shit is new. Just so everybody knows, this is all old stuff. But that is, I did take that into account. But I think Christopher, I think your lineup would work just as well. And I think that the fact that we have a team that's this good right away in MLS, that we can build multiple lineups, is amazing. Like, that's our team.
Fuck yeah, dude, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't really touched, I don't think we've even talked about Anders that much on the pod, but that's our most recent signing. He's our second DP. I watched his highlights and God, damn, does he score some bangers?
First
He's
of all,
good.
this is a big story, dude. Read the papes.
Thank you for bringing that up. I'm bad about that because we talked about it to death via text, and of course, so I think like, oh yeah, we talked about it on the podcast, but we have not. So thank you for bringing that up, Christopher.
We've made a lot of signings like this where people may not necessarily know the names, and I think that's why we are kind of flying under the radar right now. But him and Bartson, guys like that, Negri, they're all respectively good where they were playing, very, very good, and they're just maybe not. They're not playing in the Premier League or the Spanish League or anything like that, so they maybe don't get the recognition that we, recognize.
No, for sure.
I'm excited
I understand.
Yeah.
But no,
Dryer's sick, man. Sold to, sorry, Nate, I keep interrupting you. Jesus Louises. But we're 2018, he was sold to Brighton, man. I'm just so excited for Anders Dryer, man. Like, I just can't undersell that right now. He's gonna be a huge player for us.
yeah, I've watched him play against West Ham and against Chelsea, and he was good in every game I've ever watched him in. So, holy shit. So I would say, next thing we had on the list, and then we'll end it on this. We'll do a quiz game next episode because that one can be pushed. We'll roll over quiz game again. But I did, since we're talking about starting lineups and our new players and all those things, the other homework assignment I asked everybody was give me your top 3 haircuts for current SDFC players. So,
oh yeah,
Keegan, start us off, babe.
All right, I have 3. We did top 3, plus I did an honorable mention just in case.
Now, can you let us know why you like the haircut? So, number 1.
Yeah, I kind of listed name, why I like it. So first up, I'm sorry at the pronunciation, Heina Gickling Bruseth. I hope I got that.
Yeah.
I looked up.
Oh wait, Norway.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I looked
Heina Gilking.
I had to look up his first name on pronunciation.com.
Heina.
Midfielder, I gotta say, just out of the gates, big Jamie Lannister fan. He's got gorgeous flowing blonde hair, man. Just the sunlight shines through. It's beautiful. He's got the pictures I saw, beautiful black headband in it.
He does have beautiful locks.
Dude, it's gorgeous.
They
Beautiful.
curl right at the right times.
It looks like he could do Blue Steel better than Zoolander. He looks just fantastic.
But why male?
The number 1, I think. Yeah, it's a classic, good-looking guy. Number 2 is a little bit of a wild card. I'm not gonna lie. I went with Boateng.
I was gonna do that, you son of a bitch.
Really, Boateng?
Yeah. Look,
Bald is beautiful, motherfuckers.
I'm gonna pull back
bald.
up. I looked at him, but
Hey, it's hairstyle. It's a hairstyle. It's that he's got a great dome. He's got
arguable.
beautiful head shape. Plus, the space in his head looks like he's got enough brain capacity for the whole team. The dude's got a big dome.
Hey, if you're losing your hair and you shave your head, you're a man. You're a man. If you pretend like you're not losing your hair, you are not a man.
Dude, if you're going to attack the goal and you just see this guy with this huge dome coming at you, this bald, shining glare, oh, God, bam, he's got you. So, Boateng, I love it.
Damn right.
And 3, I got to just kind of go classic. My boy, Paddy McNair. He's just got classic, great, brown, just regular
that
white.
Northern Irish cut,
Yeah, the Irish connection, like you love it.
He's got the same hair as me. I can tell. It never really fits. It's always, you can cut it, but it just doesn't really look good. And he looks great. So, and then should I do honorable mention?
Yeah.
Or should I wait till the end?
Nope.
Honorable mention is Alex Mighton. Really clean, fantastic dreads. Someone who could never grow dreads. I'm jealous. They look fantastic. And he looks great. What was I going to say? Just, looks fantastic. All right. I said that 3 times in a row. But I'm a fan of dreads, and I can't grow them, so I'm jealous. So shout out to you, Mighton.
Dude, honestly, Mighton's like, and I was just looking at his hair, and it's like that in between where it's like he literally had perfect braids, and now it's just starting to turn, and it looks perfect. Whoever
like a
did it,
white people
whoever did his
version.
hair did a very good job.
Yeah, they're
Colonial,
like really nice. Sorry.
what do you think, Colonial?
So I'm gonna go from we'll go top. We'll go 3-1. One being the best, and I'll give my honorable mention. But so I'm gonna go 3. Is I got Manu Dua.
Ah, nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's got sort of dreads ish too, but they're a little blonde, kind of burnt tips.
Huh?
Real, it's a little different look. But I really enjoyed his
Trying to go the Bakary Sanya style.
exactly. Yep. Bang. And then we'll go number 2. Boy, similar to Patty, but just as handsome and as classic as you like. Old Marcus and Varson. I had to get him in there. It's just classic, clean cut. And man, he pulls it off. And then
Yes.
I know who your number 1 is, but I'll let you. Well, I'll
I'm
tell
a
you.
Geekling Bruseth. Dude, that
never
guy.
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, sorry. No, I think about this guy is I can't this again, the Jamie Lannister connection is just he's a Lannister deep down. He was a couple years prior to Lannister's era.
I know.
I was about
That's-
I was torn in between him. It's so funny. Like, have great
Yeah,
hair.
I just those luscious locks, man. And then I like Mighton too. Mighton's pretty dope. Honorable mention.
Christopher.
I too will start from the bottom. Now I'm here. Number 3, Alexander Mighton. Those things are just
Nice, Christopher. You actually got him on the list.
those things are just gorgeous. I wish I had them. I wish Keegan had them. Nate, don't know if it would work. Colin, you'd look good with them. Sorry, Nate. Number 2 is my boy Thomas Angel. I mean, he's just. It depends on what picture you're looking at, but the one on SDFC's website, it's just kind of long and messy and disheveled. Looks like he just had sex with 14 women, and he's ready for round 15. I mean,
And he satisfied all of them. By the way.
yeah, the desire floweth through that hair.
Lord.
Just
You're naughty. You're naughty.
I love it.
and my number 1, I strive to have hair like this guy. I don't have the color of it nor the body of the hair or his actual body, but Jasper Loffelschen.
Dude, for real? Okay. He literally has
yeah.
like the Megan Rapinoe. He pulls off that lesbian haircut, right?
He does.
Like 100%.
He does.
It's not lesbian, it's fantastic. What are you
Well,
talking about?
But it's similar. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it does now. You
Dude,
said
but
that.
his
It looks
I was
good on a
looking at
guy.
his in every picture. His wave is perfect every time. It's
Yeah.
the same every time in every picture.
It's amazing.
Christopher, I'm
Yeah,
so
but
glad you
it's
fucking saw
similar.
that.
Yeah, I mean it's like what I strive for every day, and I don't ever get there.
I love
Honorable mention, Anibal Godoy, high and tight. I love that. Just good old fashioned. But he's got it looks like his head goes high, but really that's just the volume of his hair. Just a sensational look. So honorable mention to you, Mr. Panama.
it. Yeah,
Love it.
absolutely. All right. Well, I didn't do them in any order, so I'm just going to do them where I wrote them. I didn't do 1, 2, and 3. I just did my 3 favorite. Ani Valakari. He has that Joey from New Kids on the Block where his hair is always wet type of look. And it's like, dude, he totally pulls off that 90s vibe, like that late 80s, 90s vibe. He totally has it. He totally has that New Kids on the Block vibe, and he pulls it off.
Such a cool name.
Like it.
I know.
It is a very cool name.
It is. We only got him for a year on loan. No, Anna, you're gonna come to San Diego for 1 year and be like, "Fuck that, dude! I will take the biggest pay cut ever just to live."
Yeah. Hopefully everybody does that.
They would be idiots not to. All right. The second one I got, Hannah Gil King. My nephew's got the same hair, long hair. I literally have Connor hair on here. My nephew's name is Carter, but we call him Connor because when he was little, he had a speech impediment. That's what my family does. You know, then that's your then that's your name.
that's how it is the
That's
rest
how
of
it
your
works,
life.
bro.
We're so nice. Why is everybody in my family insecure? All right. So the next, and then I had Godoy was my and Godoy, dude, his stuff, he literally looks like a reggaeton artist. Just like Chris said, his haircut fits his head every time. He always has little streaks like shaved in, but they're always like perfect. Whoever his barber is fucking good. So
Her name was
Christopher
Barbara.
Godoy. That's right. I'm glad you noticed that. And then my honorable mention was Boateng because bald is beautiful. Obviously.
Word.
But no, I think we've done it enough. Keegan, can you do me a favor and can you make a run? Because actually, Chris actually makes a great pass this time. Make that great pass.
Well, such a lovely ball over the top here, and the running behind for England is by turn. What a chip! What a goal! What a goal!
Is a goal? We got one.
Oh, Keegan, you gotta take your shirt off and run around. There you go.
And get a yellow card.
You'll get a book, man. You'll be in the
There
book.
he goes. Look at him.
Oh, look at him. He's so sexy. Thumbnail.
His AirPod fell out.
I lost my AirPods.
I like the Darwin.
Legend.
I like the Darwin.
Legend.